It's funny you use 1968. Are you counting Vietnam? Oh, wait. Don't go there, Crash, because that's the military, and that's war, and that's okay. What? Wait a minute. What do you mean that's okay? Oh, so we can go over to another country and exterminate entire villages. Yes, women and children, we did that. Don't fucking sit there and look the other way, America. Own it. We did that. There's no question. There's no argument. We own it. So we do that, but now, oh no, now, all of a sudden some unknown grabs his AK-47 and goes to school. You know the movie's coming. Oh yeah, it's a-coming. Mark my words. Sorry, I'm just taking a moment to pause and reflect on Vietnam. Okay, I'm done now. U.S. homicide rates are 6.9 times higher than rates in 22 other populous high-income countries combined. Whoa, excuse me? Give me a stat I can understand. What is this? 22 other populous high-income countries. What does that mean? Why don't you equate it to Canada? Hey, there's a good measure. That's a country that's got 1/10 of our population, almost double our actual geological distance and size and mass, and they live in that same North American democratic society we do. Seems to me that would be the perfect testing ground for anything you're thinking of. But oh wait, like healthcare, Canada's taking care of shit when it comes to guns, aren't they? What are they doing? They're teaching gun safety to children. That's one thing they're doing. You betcha. Kids know the dangerous part of the guns. Kids are given guns when they're 3, 4, 5, 6 years old to handle, to get used to take that mystery away. So that you don't have the kid coming home from school and sneaking up to Dad's drawer and pulling out the 45 or the 357 Magnum to show little Billy, who wants to see Dad's gun, and have some kid blow their head off. You don't have that because the kids are exposed to it there. You know, if the guns are around the home, they're exposed to it, they're shown them, they're even taken out on weekends, go shooting. It can be fun, absolutely. And it, just like a hammer, is another tool. You treat the tool with respect or you get bitten, don't you? So what do you teach a grade 8 in woodworking shop? The same thing about the saw. It's no different. But we don't have people running around with saws. No, we don't. Because that requires a lot of work, and it takes a lot of time to saw through a neck, doesn't it? Well, there you go. Well, I'm going to break for another commercial here. We're going to be back in a couple of minutes here, and I'm going to give you a number of things in this last final segment tonight, and one of them is a very nice, very poignant poem that was written by a blogger, and I think it's good to read, it's good to listen to, it's good to share. So I'm going to do exactly that. And before we get to that, I'm going to get into exactly what cops, detectives, FBI agents, and U.S. soldiers are going to do about any oncoming U.S. gun confiscation orders, and talk about some of the ramifications of that. Yeah, right after this.
When your cable company keeps you on hold, you get angry. When you get angry, you go blow off steam. When you go blow off steam, accidents happen. When accidents happen, you get an eye patch. When you get an eye patch, people think you're tough. When people think you're tough, people want to see how tough. And when people want to see how tough, you wake up in a roadside ditch. Don't wake up in a roadside ditch. Get rid of cable and upgrade to DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
No one just hands you the title, most advanced technology in its class. It needs to be earned. Earned with smart beam headlamps. Earned with vented temperature control seats. Earned with an 8.4-inch touchscreen. And if you're driving one, you know what it means to earn something.
Euphoria, Calvin Klein.
We are HTLA Radio 1. You will lower your shields and prepare to be boarded. We will add your distinctiveness, your advertisers, and your sponsors to our own. Resistance is futile.
This is Reverend Wayne S. Pierce from The Views Expressed. Please come join me on The Views Express Live, Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, right here on Spreaker.com.
All right, Rev, thank you. You are listening to HTLA Radio 1, Crash Talks the show. The name of the show tonight is Guns N Roses, Appetite for Deception. And we've been talking, of course, tonight about the recent killings in Connecticut at the school with the boy and the guns. We've also been talking about the Chinese man with the knife and the 22 dead in China as well. Yes, we have! Yeah, I wonder... It's interesting. I wonder if the Chinese word for knife is gun. That'd be interesting. Oh, no, but that sounds more Vietnamese, and that brings us back to that whole 1968 thing, and we don't want to go there, do we? Nope. So let's go to Samuel L. Jackson, who today said about the recent shooting, "I don't think it's about more gun control." He says, "I grew up in the South with guns everywhere, and we never shot anyone. This shooting is about people who aren't taught the value of life." Oh my goodness. Now, geez, I don't know about you all out there, whether you're pro-gun or pro-control or just kind of pro-rated across the board. But that, to me, is quite poignant. This shooting is about people who aren't taught the value of life. That's pretty profound, actually. And coming from an actor. Yes, I said it, I know. Anywho, he said that, and it's about the value of life. And really, let's stop and think about it. In our day-to-day, we're just so busy and hectic, and internet and commercials and iPhones and oh my job and oh my business and oh my school and oh my. And we just buzz along at that 4 and 5G speed now, don't we? And we just kind of do our thing. And, well, does anybody put the brakes on and say, "Hey, you over there, do you know the value of life?" No, you don't. No, you don't. Our society, by definition, here in North America, doesn't really focus on that. And there's some of you religious folks out there going, "Well, my religion focuses on the value of life." No, ma'am. Your religion focuses on the value of your offerings. Yes, it does. Give me my money. Give me my money. "Yea, though I walk through the valley of debt, I will fear no evil, because I have my followers' money." But that's another show, because I can kick on religion all day long, and that's not what we're here for. We're talking about guns. And gun violence. It's got to stop. We've got to whip those guns into shape, and I'm just trying to find the answers. I'm trying to find out how. How do we whip them into shape? And on my very first Crash Talk, yes, way back at episode 1, I solved that crisis in the Middle East. Oh, yes, I did. The policymakers and the people in power, of course, haven't implemented my strategy and ceased all hostilities over there. No. But that's on them. That's not on me. I put it out there, and where it goes is completely up to the universe, isn't it? But one of the things that I said there was about bringing our troops home from all over the world, because God knows we are everywhere on this planet, aren't we? Bring them home. We're paying them anyway. You know, you're talking massive debt, the cost of the war, the cost of that war, the cost of the next war. We're already starting to get into the whole Syria thing. You know, we're going there next. Oh, wait. Earlier this week, we already deployed 400 troops and Patriot missiles to guard that border, didn't we? Yes, you can bet your butts that all of your sons and daughters will be heading to Syria next. And don't count out North Korea either, because, well, they've just had a little setback with Kim Jong getting ill and dying. Yes, that was a joke. Kim Jong getting ill. Badumcha. Okay. But make no mistake, you know, their culture and their way of life is the way it is, and Kim Jong, while a maniacal madman, I'm sure has a lot of people lined up to take his place. Oh, wait, isn't that his son? Ooh, so we've got genetics on their side, too. Yes, don't worry, America. We'll have no shortage of wars in the coming 20 years. But one of my solutions in that whole Middle East thing was to bring all our troops home now. We're already paying them. So why not pay them to do things that we need done here at home? I.e., all of those doctors and nurses that are overseas, all of those doctors and nurses that are stationed all around the world. I say they come back home, get in our hospitals, and start serving up some of that free health care that we can provide. Yes, we can. I feel like Dora the Explorer. Yes, we can. Oh, no, that's Bob the Builder. I'm sorry. I get confused with my kid shows. But bringing those troops home, man, what does that do? Well, one of the other things that I said that it would do is hugely bolster our law enforcement. Hugely. Overnight, we would have troops completely trained, most of them more advanced trained than the police officers on the street that we have here, for things like breaching and sweeping buildings. Well, gee, how many drug busts can a cop think of where he would have liked to have that kind of knowledge and backup? Wow, all of them. But no, more in addition to that, I came across a nice little post yesterday through my Facebook there, and I had to repost it on my page because it was awesome. It's a picture of a U.S. serviceman in the desert somewhere, because we're not allowed to know where, really. No. Might get in shit for that. Anyway, it's a picture of the U.S. serviceman, a Marine, and underneath it's written, "Stop school shootings. Place 3 or 4 armed veterans in every school. There are thousands of well-trained, unemployed veterans who would love the job of protecting children." Well, you know what? There are. And they're damn good at it, too. So why aren't we doing that? You tell me the president doesn't know about this idea? Come on. Sure he does. Why isn't he doing that? I'd make that an order yesterday. Come Monday, they would have been there already. Oh, wait, I think, actually, if I was president, I'm in term now, so that means I would have been elected in 2008, which means I already would have done that 4 years ago. Geez, how many more lives would I have saved? Anyway, that was a great photo and a great sentiment and a great message. So I have added that to my little Facebook collection, and damned if it isn't getting all kinds of likes and shares. Yeah, you know why? Because it makes sense. We've already spent the money. Let's reap the benefits from it, and let's protect our children. Don't sit there and, well, we got to stop the guns. No, you don't. You got to stop the assholes wielding the guns. And I'm pretty sure I'm safe in saying that the best trained people on the planet to reduce the targets and threats to your children and mine are American servicemen and women. Absolutely. Great idea. I'm all for it. Let's frickin' do it. Oh, yeah. So there you go. Now, we're going to get into a little bit of stuff from Alex Jones, Infowars.com, because the war is on for your mind. Or there is a war on for your mind. There you go. See? Anyway, this actually informative comes from Mike Adams through Infowars. And it's cops, detectives, and FBI agents, U.S. soldiers, not enforcing confiscation orders. Oh, yes. Mike says, in the wake of the recent Sandy Hook shooting, I reached out to my contacts in law enforcement, military, and retired FBI over the last 3 days, asking 3 simple questions. Question 1. Do you think President Obama will use executive orders to demand nationwide gun confiscation? Number 2. If such an order were to be given, Will you or your fellow members of your organization enforce it against citizens? And if so, how?